Hi everyone, and welcome to University College Cork on College Week Live. My name is Lisa Brett and I am the International Coordinator for the North American market and Latin American market. So I'm here today to tell you all you need to know about UCC. I'd appreciate if you have any questions to send them into the questions box and I'll answer them at the very end of the presentation, and you can also visit our booth and there's lots of information there for you to look through today if you need extra information, brochures and videos. So what I'll start with is an overview of University of College Cork, who we are, what we're all about and why we might be a good place for you to come and continue your studies or even start your higher education studies for some of you. So I've introduced myself, so now I'm going to introduce University College Cork. We were founded in 1845, so we're quite an old university and we combine a rich tradition of teaching, research and scholarship. We're a constituted university of National University of Ireland and our degrees are internationally recognised and distinguished. So the good thing about studying in Ireland and at University College Cork is your degrees will take you anywhere in the world, and we have Irish graduates all over the world studying and continuing their studies from UCC and also working in jobs in every sector in every corner of the globe, so that's good to know. We have about 19,000 students, 2,800 staff. 13% of our students are international, so it's a very diverse and multicultural campus. We've students from over 100 countries represented on UCC campus, which is really nice. It's a diverse place. You'll hear different languages being spoken all around you, lots of different activities going on campus from different corners of the world. As we said, there's diverse opportunity on campus, so campus life is great. We're really a university town in a way. Cork is a city, but it's quite a small city and our university is in the city. We're about 10-minute walk from the city centre and it's very, the university and the city work together and really your student life is centred around both the city and the university. We have loads of clubs and societies, over 100 between both. We've lots of internships. If you do, for example, a degree in commerce, you may end up working in some place like KPMG or Accenture, and you get paid for your work placement, and that would happen in the third year of your degree. And lots of our degrees have that built-in internship, and it doesn't prolong your degree. You'll actually end up doing the internship as part of your degree within the 4 years. It's built in. The other option is study abroad. Many of our international students that come here for a full undergraduate degree will also maybe go to France for a year if they're learning French, and they will study at a French university for a year to improve their French. And that's a really great aspect of studying in Ireland. The study abroad opportunities in Europe are amazing, and the internships as well. So that's a brief overview. So what do we offer in Cork? So we're divided into 4 colleges. We have the College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Sciences, followed by the College of Business and Law. We have the College of Science, Engineering and Food Science and the College of Medicine and Health. So I'll go through what each college offers. The breakdown of our student number is 14,000 undergraduate students, 4,000 Masters and PhD students, and we've over 120 degree and professional programs on offer. So there's lots and lots of different study opportunities at our university. So what are we strong in, or what are our strengths? We like to think because we're long established, we've a history, we know what we're doing. We're a university that has a past, and we've a lot of learning kind of behind us, and we have brought that into the future, and now we're looking ahead. We're experienced and we know how to look after students, and we know what courses work. We're an international campus. I talked about that and how we're very diverse. We're ranked in the top 2% of universities worldwide. We're a leading research university, and I'll speak more about research later. UCC is at the forefront of Ireland's knowledge-based economy. I'm not sure if you know, but Ireland is really a thriving place for multinationals. Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Amazon. A lot of companies have their European headquarters in Ireland because of our very highly ranked graduates in Ireland, and also because it's a really great place to do business. We're a window into Europe, and we speak English, and it's a great grounding kind of base to be for European businesses. So I think that's kind of why like a lot of companies pick Ireland. On top of that, we've a very vibrant cultural and artistic life in Ireland. We're known for the arts, we're known for theatre, and it's very modern at the moment. Fashion is really taking prominence in Irish businesses. People like Orla Kiley, jewellery design, theatre, movies. So it's a really great place to be. It's very safe. Cork is an extremely safe place to live. It's a lovely small city, easy to get around, and we're very friendly as well. We like to take pride in the fact that we're very environmentally friendly in UCC campus. So we have the first university in the world to win the International Green Flag, and our ISO Standard in Energy Management Award is something we're very proud of. So we have really worked hard to reduce our waste, to increase our recycling on campus, and you'll see a lot of energy saving mechanisms all over campus, especially living campus accommodation. So some of our awards, we were the first QS 5-star university in Ireland. The UCC Confucius Institute is the Confucius Institute of the Year last year. We've been voted Irish University of the Year 3 times in the last decade, which is great for us. And again, that's the Green Flag Award, which we're incredibly proud of. So some of you might be familiar with Ireland, and if you're not, and you don't know where Cork is, here's a map. So Dublin is the capital. Cork is the second largest city down here in the south. The Lonely Planet actually we like to quote The Lonely Planet when it says, everything good about Ireland can be found in County Cork. It's very modern, it's cosmopolitan. It's a small walkable city, but is everything you need, all the entertainment you could need, cinemas, theatres, shopping, parks, things like that. And it's within very easy access of rural Ireland, so beaches, walks, hill walking, hiking, sports, water sports are really big here, like surfing, are all easy to find in Cork. It's the business and banking centre of the south of Ireland, so it's Ireland's second largest city, so that's quite important. So the industry and IT base is large. We've an international airport. The population isn't huge. It's 120,000 people in the city centre and about 500,000 people within 60 kilometres. What we really pride ourselves is that Cork in Ireland is called the culinary capital of Ireland. So if you like food, Cork is the place to be. It's such an amazing variety of cheese, your dairy products, meats, vegetables, organic vegetables, and we've an English market that we're very proud of. And here, along the bottom of this slide, you'll see some of the companies that are actually located in Ireland. So what can you study? So undergraduate and postgraduate study at UCC. If you're listening and you're interested in study abroad, a lot of these departments will offer modules if you come here as a study abroad student. So it's good to keep that in mind. So as you can see, there's a long list in each department. I mean, psychology, social studies, religions, study of religions is very popular at the moment. Education, English, history, archaeology is always very, very popular in UCC, and there's lots of sites around Cork of interest to students who come from all over the world to study archaeology in Ireland. Languages, we've got Portuguese, French, Italian, German, Spanish. And as I said, if you come and study your full degree here and you decide to do a language, you might end up spending your third year in the country of the language that you're studying, which is really, really attractive. Literature and culture, of course, because we're in Ireland. Music and theatre is really popular. Sociology, philosophy, the classics, and politics, of course. That is in the College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Science. The next college we're going to look at is Business and Law. in Ireland you can start a law degree straight from high school, versus, for example, in the US where you need to do a degree first. So you can come in and do your degree in law and go back to the US, for example, and do the bar straight after. So law is definitely something that's very popular. At postgraduate level, there's some great 1-year taught masters in international human rights law, intellectual property and e-law, criminal justice. So there's some great 1-year taught masters program. Along with that, in the College of Business and Law, we have degrees in commerce. You end up studying economics, management, accounting, finance, and you can also, when you do an undergraduate commerce degree, you can mix that with Hispanic studies, with Chinese studies, with a language, and in your 3rd year you can go and study abroad. So that's really attractive. The other thing I would say is we're very popular for food business in Cork. Again, we're known as the culinary capital of Ireland. So we have great programs such as the food entrepreneurship and marketing course, which students specifically come that want to study food, but also the business side of food. So I think that's really, really attractive. Accounting and finance is popular, and then maths also is very popular at UCC, and actuarial maths. When we come into the sciences and food science, we have a large variety. So we have biological, earth and environmental sciences, and we call that our B's department. We have computer science and IT, engineering. So in engineering we've got energy engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, food and nutritional sciences, biochemistry, microbiology, mathematical sciences, chemistry and physics. And what's really nice at the moment is that students come in and within certain disciplines such as B's, you may be general entry for 1st year, and then you pick what you're going to major in 2nd year. So you'd have a variety of programs open to you after 1st year, and that's nice, so you don't have to major now too soon. In Ireland we don't have general ed requirements, so when you start you will be within a certain discipline, but you may not have to major until 2nd year, which is good. And lastly, we have the College of Medicine Health. So we've medicine at UCC, dentistry, we've nursing is very popular, and all the other programs that you'll see here, clinical therapy such as occupational therapy and speech therapy as well, pharmacy too. So undergraduate study, how do you apply? We have minimum academic requirements for undergraduate study. For US students, there would be SAT 1750, GPA 3.0 and ACT 26. So we accept applications at and above those requirements. They're sent to the departments for review, and then we come back to you with a decision. Our students have a very high standard. It's not easy to get into UCC. We are looking for students who will be dedicated to seeing their degree through here and who have a high level of study coming from your different countries. We have a paper-based application form, so you download it and fill it out. The good news is that filling it out will only take about 20 minutes. Supporting documentation is required, and we ask you to send those electronically and then to send them on by post. All the information is available at this link here on our website, and I believe there's a link from the booth to our website, so maybe take a look at that. An application fee applies, €40. It currently stands, subject to change. We're FAFSA approved for loans, so that's great news. Your loans will come here directly. And this is the postal address, but again, the best thing I advise you to do is to go to this web address here. Applications are dealt with on a rolling basis. We open in November for applications, so you can apply at that stage, and it can take up to 6 weeks to get a response, but you can know by January if you have a place at UCC or not. Don't worry if you haven't got your final SAT scores. We give conditional offers based that you maintain the grade that we've offered at, so that will work. So when it comes to undergraduate study, and I guess a lot of study at UCC, we thought we'd highlight the differences. You major early in undergraduate study. We do have an arts course where you come in and you take 4 subjects in first year and you major in 1 or 2 in second year. That's the closest thing to liberal arts degree we have in Ireland. Most of the rest of them, you choose your discipline early. So if you come into a commerce or finance degree, you're going to be doing commerce, finance-based subjects. In that, you'll have a choice of economics, HR, marketing, management, but all the subjects will be very focused within the business discipline. The same for the sciences. If you come into the B's section or chemistry, you'll have a bit of leeway for the first year and you'll have to major in second year, but you will be in one discipline. You're not going to come in and do economics and art, that just, or art history. That doesn't really work in UCC. We don't have meal plans, but what I would say is there are lots and lots of canteens all around the university that you can eat in, and it's reduced price. It's really great. It's a lot of our suppliers are from the local area, so we list the farms that the meat comes from and the vegetables, and it's kind of a really good buzz around campus, but it is a more independent style living, I would say, in UCC. So we don't have a meal plan, but again, your accommodation is, you'll have cooking facilities. Our students mainly get their books from the libraries. I get asked this a lot: do you need to spend a lot of money on books in UCC? And the answer is no. Most students use the books from the library or online resources. It's very much a walking city, so get your walking shoes out if you're going to come to UCC. There is a public service, bus service, of course, so if you're carrying bags with lots of shopping and groceries, you can use that, but most students walking in and out of the city on a daily basis, and the time is about 15 minutes walk into the city. And Irish students, you'll notice all around UCC it's buzzing, not many people have cars. The academics are amazing and they love to see international students in their classes, but what I would say is you need to ask them for help, and you need to approach them if you have any issues. So I think the academics really welcome if you visit them during their office hours and chat to them about how the course is going. If you have any issues or any questions, please do so, and we really say that goes for the international office as well. If you have any questions about your study here, about anything, your visa, things like that, just come and ask us. And I think that's the most important thing to learn when you arrive in Ireland. If there's a problem, ask the question and it will solve it much quicker than letting it go on without addressing it. Timeline of the year ahead. So we start in September. Next year we'll be fully semesterized. So you go from September to December and you take your exams before Christmas. Then we start again in January and we finish in May. So that's the academic year. Another good news story is that you can work while you're studying in Ireland, so you can work for up to 20 hours a week, which is great. So for 20 hours a week, you can get a part-time job in a bar or in a cafe. Sometimes on campus we've part-time jobs too, which is good to know. The last thing we say, be proactive. You get out of UCC what you put in. So if you're really proactive, get involved. In the first few weeks when you find yourself might feel a little bit shy, just get out there. Say yes when you're invited to things. Go to things you never go before. The academic side of studying here is a given, but often the other side of it, the social aspect, you have to put the effort in yourself. When you do, you'll find it very rewarding. So, study abroad students, we've got an early start program where students come early for a few weeks and they get to know the campus. They do really nice modules and take part in lots of field trips. The link to our study abroad is on the booth, so please visit that. And we've early start programs in things like archaeology, commerce, Irish politics. So think about that. You then would come on to do either an autumn semester, spring semester, or both. So you can come for one semester in autumn, one semester in spring, or take the full academic year. Please take a look at our book of modules. It's really important. So whatever field of study you're in, take a look. It's really nicely laid out where you'll have a list of the discipline and then you click in and there's a PDF of all the modules available to you in that discipline. We also offer a certificate in Irish Studies, diploma in Irish Traditional Music, certificate in Irish Political Issues today, and diploma in Common Law. And they're really interesting. If you want to come and take one of those for a year before you go back, instead of doing the semester and a variety of modules, that's open to you. And I think that's a great thing to do, because you go home with an actual individual qualification. Postgraduate study, there is a huge variety of postgraduate options available to UCC in all 4 colleges. So please explore this link if you're interested in postgraduate courses. Things like international human rights law, food technology, public diplomacy, immigration studies, there's a huge variety. The most attractive thing about the master's programme in Ireland is most of them are 1 year taught. So it's a whole year from September to September. You arrive in September, you complete 2 semesters of classes where you'll have exams and projects and essays. Then during the summer you will do your thesis, which will bring you right up to September, and then you graduate in October. So in 1 year you'll have a master's degree. The application process is available at this link, and it's an online process through PAC. Supporting documentation is required, and that's, if you go on, it's completely explained at that link. So research at UCC. I know a lot of students are interested in research and what's going on the ground here, and what areas are we interested in UCC. We're a research-driven university, and we've 5 strategic thematic areas supported by 4 research centres. So we have the Elementary Pharmabiotics Centre, Biosciences Institute, Environment Research Institute, Tyndall National Institute, and Institute for Social Sciences in the 21st Century. So there are 4 research institutes. So these are thematic areas: biological and medical sciences, earth, atmospheric and ocean sciences, including energy, which is really popular at the moment, wind, tidal energy, physical sciences, engineering and mathematics, including ICT, arts, humanities and social sciences, and business and law. So to give you an overview of research at UCC for any PhD students that are listening, there's been a significant improvement in research performance, and we're really proud of that. Our research income is the highest in Ireland at the moment. We're research-led teaching, a major priority in UCC. There's 13,000 students involved in research at UCC. We've 181 PhD graduates every year at the moment. Patents, commercial and industry partners and startups are on the increase every year, and we are leaders in food science, probiotics, cancer research, environmental research and nanotechnology research. So student support, I'm sure you're all interested in what do we do for you when you come to UCC, because you're coming from countries all over the world. So we have an international student support officer who's dedicated to international students. You meet her all on arrival. There's a specific orientation program for international students. The student counselling and development on campus. We've Life Matters, peer support leaders who are amazing when you arrive. There's peer support leaders all over campus, and they're highly trained, and they're here to help you and answer questions, especially in your first month of arrival. We have disability support services, student medical services on campus. So there's doctor and nurse on campus, and there's a student health centre. Chaplaincy, Students' Union, a political body that looks after all the clubs and societies. We've career service, and increasingly we're telling students visit the career service earlier rather than later. In first, and even definitely by second year, you should have visited them to think about where your career is going, your CV. They help you with CV writing, module choices given the career path you might have in mind. So they're a really good place to go and visit. Graduate studies have an amazing service. They run a doctoral showcase and a Boolean publication where they let PhD students publish some of their research, and it's really about translating and explaining their research to the general audience who are not academics. So it's a really, really interesting showcase that happens every year here on campus. student activities. Cork is awash with student activities. It's very much a student city. So we've clubs, everything from parachuting to trampolining, hot beverage society, American football, cricket, debating society, art, history, you name it, we have it. If we don't have it, you're welcome to set it up, and that's the beauty of our clubs and societies. They're run for the students by the students. So if you come on campus and you want to set up a new society, that is fine by us, and we welcome new societies on campus. We have a wonderful sports arena, and it's within walking distance of the campus. It's only a 7 minutes walk from the heart of the campus. Amazing facilities, and I advise you to please Google Mardyke Sports Arena UCC, and it's free for students. Cork City also, as I've mentioned, is a wash with activities. So there's something on every night of the week. There's always festivals on, and that's the most important thing. We have Cork Rebel Week coming up. We've Jazz Festival. Every year there's a theatre festival, folk music festival, language festivals, you name it, we have it. Food festivals. So Cork City, you'll never be bored, is what I would say. So accommodation, there's on-campus options, which is on-campus accommodation. It's apartment-style living. You'll have your own room and maybe even your own bathroom with a shared kitchen living area. The kitchen is fully fitted, oven, pots, pans, microwave, everything you need, toaster. So you will be expected to learn to cook for yourself, which is a good thing. It's positive. You'll come out of UCC being much more independent. Off-campus is a really great option too. I advise students in first year to live on campus, and study abroad students I think should live on campus. After that, if you're here for a few years, you make friends. Sometimes you go and rent an independent house, and that can be great too. And you kind of work it out with your friends how you want to do that. It's very safe, as I said about Cork. When it comes to cars, very few students have cars. People walk everywhere. They tend to use the bus. So cars isn't really something that's normal, I guess, for students to have at UCC. If you want to see an example of an on-campus complex, please visit this website. It's a perfect example of what we offer, and I think you'll like what you see. They're spacious, private, yet you get to have a communal area where you hang out, you cook with your housemates and your friends. So it's a nice atmosphere, and if any of you have any questions, you can email me about that. So the best way to get to know UCC is to keep in touch. Watch this presentation, but also keep in touch. Log into our website here, ucc.ie international. Our Facebook page is brilliant. It really keeps you up to date on all the activities that goes on in Cork City, and all the new programs that come out every year. We update you on how to apply to UCC, you know, what's going on in Cork, news that you might need to know, like orientation. And if you're thinking about coming here, if you log onto Facebook and keep updated with our events, it'll give you a sense of what it's like to study and live in Cork. Our Twitter is the same, and our blog as well. Please keep in contact with our blog. We try and publish as often as possible and get students to talk about their experience here. So I think it's a good one to follow. And that's really it with my presentation. So what I'm going to do is actually answer some questions that have been coming in while I've been presenting. So I'm just going to go through them here now. So one person asked, what's the public transport like in Cork? And I have to say, in the city it's great. In the city, the public transport, there's a bus that goes around. Now, most students live within a 10-minute walk of the city centre, maybe 15-minute walk. So there's a city bus that goes around, and it's €1.80, so you can get the bus in and out of town if you're doing shopping and things like that. Then there's the public transport to get you all over Ireland, which is really good. So we've intercity buses and trains. So you get to Dublin in about 2.5 hours on our train, and there's a bus and it takes a similar amount of time. If you want to visit some of our beautiful countryside, there's local buses as well that'll bring you out into the countryside and smaller towns around Cork. You can figure that all out. There's a bus company, a government bus company, and a government train company. And if you want the links to that, I'll give you an idea about how to navigate all around Ireland. And if I go back to the slide, if you look at the slides here, so you can see Belfast is up the north, Dublin's here, Galway's here, and Limerick is in the centre. That would be Limerick. And you can really travel around Ireland quite easily. Ireland isn't big. So from Cork to Dublin, you're talking about 2.5 hours. So some of you will be coming from much bigger countries. So it's a really great place to explore Ireland. But not only explore Ireland, someone else asked the question, can you travel overseas easily? And yes, from Cork Airport you can travel to London, Barcelona, Paris, Amsterdam. So I know our students often go on weekend breaks to all of these cities, and if you book your tickets in time you can get return tickets for under €100. So that's really good value, and Ireland is really a bouncing block onto lots of these amazing European cities. Cork Airport is only 15 minutes from Cork city centre, and there's a regular bus there, so that's really good for travelling. And I advise any student that comes here, make use of the fact you're in Europe and that you can get cheap flights from Ireland to European cities. So I think that would definitely be my advice. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the next question coming in. Is what's the food like in Cork? Okay, the food is really, really nice. There's so much food production around Cork and expertise in food production that I don't think students could complain about the food in Cork at all. We have an English market, so I'd advise everybody to go and Google English Market, Cork City Centre. It's an amazing food market where people come and do their shopping, all local farms and producers. We have a wealth of lovely restaurants and coffee shops and sandwich shops that are quite cheap for students as well. And I would say living in Ireland, there's student deals everywhere. So if you're shopping in Cork, make sure and ask, do you give a student discount? And many restaurants will, and many sandwich shops will, and many clothes shops will. So make sure and do that. So I'm just reading through the questions. Okay, the next one I'll pick up is, what's the weather like? It's funny, in Ireland it rains a lot, yes, but what we've actually realised is that it's not as bad as we think. We get students from all over the world to come here and say, oh, it's actually fine. What I say is 4 seasons in a day. So when you leave in the morning, have your rain jacket, your woolly cardigan and a t-shirt underneath. So if it's warm at one stage, you can take them off, and if it gets wet, you can put them back on. It gets quite cold in the summer, in the winter, apologies. Degrees Celsius, it might go down to 4 and sometimes minus. So you need to bring winter woolies, but it can get quite warm as well. I mean, during the summer we were up in 24, 25, 26, 27 degrees Celsius. So in spring it starts to warm up. At the minute we're having beautiful autumn weather. It's a really clear, crisp day outside, and the temperatures at the moment are from 10 degrees Celsius to about 17 degrees Celsius. So it's not too bad. I think you just need to get out and embrace it, and just wrap up. It's an amazing place, Cork, for hill walking, hiking and doing things like that. So you just need to wrap up, get out there. Our Brazilian students recently went surfing only a week ago, and they really enjoyed it. So surfing is massive in Ireland, so you just need to wear a wetsuit, and they loved it, and they're from Brazil, so I think other nationalities can cope. The next one I see is, do you need a visa to study in Ireland? For US students, you definitely don't need a visa to study in Ireland, which is great news. You need to register with immigration when you arrive, but you don't need a visa. Other nationalities, it depends. So Brazilians don't need a visa either. So it really depends where you're coming from. So I advise you to log into our website, and it will actually tell you there's a visa section for undergraduates, postgraduates and study abroad, so check in there. There's a list of countries that do need a visa, but for the ones that don't, it's quite a simple process for coming to Ireland. So I'll just have a look at the next question coming in. Oh, what do students do at weekends? Okay, what the students tend to do really is hang around Cork, go to the cinema, go shopping, go to some of the festival activities that I talked about earlier, you know, cook with their friends, things like that, and also travel around Ireland and Europe, as I already mentioned. You will not be bored. There's tons of things to do, especially if you're active. And if you're into the arts, there's so many galleries and things like that as well, or sports. So a lot of the sports will happen at weekends too. Irish students tend to go home at weekends when they're younger, in first and second year, but as the years go on, you know, third, fourth years tend to hang around and study. So it might be a bit of a difference actually. A lot of Irish students will study at weekends, and a lot of the social activities will take place during the week. So you kind of, that might be a little bit of an adjustment for some students coming here, but make use of all the activities going on during the week. And when you get involved in clubs and societies, they're going to be your group for the weekends, and that's when you're going to do things with them. Another question that's come in is, do you offer scholarships for international students? So Christine has just asked this. Yes, we do. It depends. In Ireland, every course, actually the cost of each programme is different. So if you do an undergraduate degree in science, it's more expensive than humanities because of the lab costs. So in the sciences, we have a 25% discount for students who reach a certain grade, which adds up to over €4,000 reduction, about over $5,000 in tuition price per year of a 4-year programme. So that's a significant scholarship. In the humanities at postgraduate level, we offer last year we offered scholarships of up to €5,000 reduction, so that in your tuition fee. So you need to email me. Every year it changes, and each program, you know, individual programs offer scholarships. So if you get in touch, let me know what you're interested in studying, and I'll let you know if there's a scholarship available. This is my email address here, l.brett@ucc.ie. Okay, and I have another question asking, what are the differences in study in Ireland versus studying in other countries? To be very general about it, in Ireland it's independent style studying. You need to get yourself up and get yourself into your lectures. A lot of the humanities, you won't have much contact hours. You may just have 16 hours a week, but you're expected to spend double that in the library, reading and studying and doing your papers. We tend to have a lot of exams at the end of semesters or at the end of the year. So students will come here and they'll have their exams at Christmas or in May. And you'll have a lot of class tests, but not as much continuous assessments that you will have in other universities. So during the semester, you really need to keep on top of your studies. My advice to students is every day, when you come out of class, go and study for a couple of hours or in the evening time and review what you've done that week. So every weekend, spend some time reviewing what you've learnt that week and studying. And you know, Irish students have their own ideas of how to take notes, and international students have their own ideas on how to take notes and study. But make sure you review, and you go back through past papers. And my other advice is to contact the academics and really, really talk to them about how best to approach your study plan. But don't let it slide. Don't think, oh, I can do nothing for 12 weeks and then just crash study. That's not the way it works, and academically you won't do very well if that happens. So I'm just going to have a look for more questions. Okay, somebody's asking about engineering. Yep, we have engineering programs at undergraduate level and study abroad. So the modules for study abroad engineering will be up online, and we can also send you, if you want a specific discipline, we can send you those details. But we have almost all area covered in UCC. So I guess I'll leave it at that. If you have any further questions, please, please, please get in contact at l.brett@ucc.ie. That's my email address. I'm happy to help at any stage, and it was great talking to you all, and I hope to see some of you in University College Cork in Ireland in the future. Thanks for listening.